From the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, big bouncing. We does it big up in it, big bouncing.
What's up? I think this one, I'm going to show you around the van some stuff we put in and done to it, and then also do a detail and show you kind of how we're using it and everything. So for starters, on the inside, we haven't done much on the cab other than we put a radio in with Apple CarPlay and everything. So we've got our, our directions right here, and honestly, this radio is way nicer than the one I put in the SS. So, a couple things we are going to keep in here are some O-rings for like our steam cleaner and some clamps just in case we have any sort of, hose problems. And then we've also got this little power inverter to just plug into a cigarette lighter. I think all three, so there's two cigarette lighters. There's one here, and then there's one in the glove box. And they all three stay on with the key off and everything, which will be nice. So we can just, if we've got to charge our lights or anything like that for a detail, we can just stick them in this and just have them charging at all times. Other than that, we put LEDs in everywhere. Oh, this one's a little, there she goes. We put LEDs in it everywhere just to brighten it up. And it really got cleaned up a lot in here whenever we put that shelf on the top, so we can get rid of our two big tubs. We keep this table just right here because we use it for floor mats, so it's going to come out pretty much every detail. We've just been hanging our light for our interiors right here. This is one nice thing that we put in is this little switch here, and it turns these lights on. We put two strips in this area and then one in the very back to see, in case it's an early morning and the sun ain't shining very good. We got our transfer pump hooked up right here. We just got this, so we ran a splitter off of our tank, and we ran this like 6-foot hose out the side to fill up our buckets, just gravity feeding our buckets. And then we got a transfer pump for our pressure washer to run out through there. And we kind of cleaned up our wires. We just hooked our transfer pump and our pressure washer up to the same surge protector, and then have it plugged into a switch that we can use with use a remote for. Let me think. Other than that, back here we just got dirty towels up on the top, and then our drying towels in the middle up there. We're gonna probably buy some drawers that'll fit up there to kind of clean it up even more. And then here's just where we keep our regular towels, like our window and paint towels, and then this is for interior, and then this is for interior as well. But we put a hook up here just for our extension cord in case we need a little bit extra ever. And we put a new hose reel in, so we just ran this lead hose off of our pressure washer that we're using. We had to switch. The other one kept throwing the breaker on the generator. So we've got this hose reel, the new hose reel, so we're using all 50 foot pretty much. And then we're not having to unhook it at all. So it's just always hooked up, ready to go. And then we put this little, that came down. But yeah, these strips, we've still got to put the mounting brackets on to hold them in. But we put this in for our two foam cannons and then our pressure washer gun. And then I figured out, I might as well put our air gun up there too. It fits. We've got our stool over here. Let me move our vacuum. Okay, and then these are the little switches here. So they're labeled 1 and 2, and you can hook a third up, but I should have got ones that aren't like 90s like this. But yeah, you can just turn them on with this. So 1 on, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off, which is pretty nice. And then so 2 is hooked up to the not the generator, the air compressor. And then 1 is hooked up to that surge protector I have mounted on the wall. And so it turns on the transfer pump and the pressure washer at the same time. And then we put in this rack here. Still gotta put these up. We put in this rack just for some extra chemicals here. And then we put them on the walls of these doors as well. And I've got another set of 2 of these that I'm just going to mount right below near the bottom to get pretty much everything here. And then I'm going to try to put my main the gallons fit the slim ones, so I'll probably put the ones I use the most back here, and then mount that. I have another one of these trays that I'll just put on the inside wall so nothing's in the floor, and we can throw anything else that we need in the car in there. But I think other than that, that's about it that we've done. We just got it out of the shop yesterday, so it was in the shop. I guess it would have been Friday. It was in the shop all day. It had a brake caliper that was seizing up, and then both the front wheel bearings were bad. So they did the brakes on the rear, a new brake hose, a new brake caliper, and then 2 new front wheel bearings and seals and everything up front. And then they did an alignment and oil change and everything, and then an inspection to get it good and ready to go to get it licensed and everything. So, other than that, we keep a cooler in the center just for any drinks that we've got. What else? Oh, we still keep our hose, like our 100 foot of hose, and our extension cord. We just keep it behind the driver's seat here. I use that same hose, that 100 foot hose, to fill up at the house before I leave. We're gonna get this Lincoln cleaned up. We're gonna give it a good wash. It's just a maintenance detail. I do it every other week. We're just gonna get it cleaned up and good to go. It's not too awfully bad this time, so we're gonna go through, get it washed, dried, and then do the interior. Alright, we're not finished yet, but that stinking strap I had on was such a pain in the butt trying to move it around and everything. But we're just going to go through, get the windows cleaned. Oh, I missed some hair. We're going to go through, get the windows cleaned, and then, well, we're going to go through, wipe it down all the leather, plastics, and everything, and then clean the windows real quick, and then throw some tire shine on. and then check for any streaks and stuff from our drying towels. And we're going to pull it back in. Well, I'll show you it whenever we finish up, and then I'm going to pull it back in. And then we've got a few things we got to get for the van. We're going to change the cabin air filter and the regular, like, intake air filter. And there was a couple other things. Oh, we got to grab some gas and some fuel additive for the generator as well. All right, here is the finished product of just a maintenance detail on this Lincoln. So we come here and do it every other week. So it's just pretty quick, you know, just kind of clean it up for them, keep it looking decent, and then they're fixing to sell it, so we'll probably end up doing a quick polish to it, or even something just with some fillers to hide some scratches. Like here, there's some little scratches here. We'll probably end up doing a polish or something for them in the next month or two. But yeah, we're gonna get it pulled in and then go buy a couple filters for this and some fuel additives for my other one. And we're fixing to get this piece up here wrapped, and then same for the other side. And then on the other side, we're gonna do, or on the back two windows, I'd like to just black them out and then put like our services on the glass, just kind of bullet pointed, just for whenever we're driving around, a little bit of advertisement, I guess. But definitely gonna get the sides done. I've already got my quote and everything in from them, and hopefully I can get it done next week if I get a short enough of a day. But all right, we're back at the house. We're gonna hopefully get all this stuff picked up today. I'm gonna stand you up. We're gonna go in. There's not a cabin air filter, I don't think, on this, or if so, the store didn't have it in the manual, like I guess like the part number for the cabin air filter. But I'll check and see if there's one in it, and then just find the right size and everything. They sell like a K&N intake for these, but everything I saw is they run pretty stinking good off of this one, because they have like an air ducting that comes from the front of the grill that goes through just straight into it. But the filter was pretty dirty. I took a look at it yesterday, and so it's pretty dirty. So we're just gonna pop it out, put a new one in, call it good. And then I think what we're gonna do after that is we bought a new drawer, or a new tub for our drying towels. We've got a couple other things to put in there, and I want to try to get this pressure washer wired up. I bought some undercoating for underneath the vehicle. Just go ahead and get it all coated and protected, and well, before winter time, I guess. In case here in Missouri, I mean, they salt the roads like crazy, and that's why everything here is freaking rusty, and it's hard to buy anything without rust. But so we're gonna hit that after we get this air filter put in, and hopefully get this garage cleaned up where we can get the SS back inside. Pull this latch up and then twist your intake tube here until it comes through this locking point, or you can just pull it all out at once, I guess. But this here, it locks into place there. We're gonna wipe this out while we got it off. And here's the old air filter. It's pretty nasty. I took the air gun to it and kind of blew it out, but it needs to be replaced. We're just gonna take some spray wax and spray the inside of this so I can get all that dust out. There's a pretty big difference in these. It's crazy. I'd say that probably never been changed. That's how it seems with a lot of these. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Don't open this all the way up. Gotta kind of make sure this bracket's in the right spot to block everything. Shove it in there. Make sure it's all lined up and lock it in place. This whole engine needs a good cleaning anyways, but maybe we'll do that eventually. I've just got a couple cans of this undercoating stuff for just Rust-Oleum ones. I'm just gonna crawl under there, and I'm not really gonna do any prep work. I kinda gave it a wash and sprayed under it the best I could, but Just gonna go through and spray that a little bit and call it good. Alright, so we got everything undercoated, and I just did kind of the main parts. Like here on the, just everything you can see really. Just went through the whole thing like that. Just to try to clean it up some. And then we took some rust reformer on a couple areas on the bottom, and then on the back fender areas that we'll clean up, because I got a little bit of overspray on like the upper edge. But yeah, it's looking a lot better now. No, we didn't do any prep work or anything to it. Just started soaking it with the undercoating spray. Looks like we could have went in right here a little bit, but looks a lot better. I'm gonna try to get some LEDs for this van. It's pretty, those regular bulbs, after using LEDs or something in a vehicle, you know, just like the regular halogen bulbs, they're god awful, but compared to an LED. But we got a couple things we're gonna try to do. There's an emblem that was ripped off of the back doors, and it peeled paint up, so we're gonna I bought some just regular like universal white. I'm gonna kind of prime it and sand it, and then spray that, and then stick this emblem. He still had the emblem, but I retaped it and everything, so we'll try to get that cleaned up, and then that stuck back on, and that'll be about it. But yeah, thanks for watching.